All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. Appreciate everyone here. Everyone I see talking in the chat there about the tournament going on right now and this weekend. So thanks for coming in, being online all day long. So we're going to talk about the IHSEA tournament coming up this year. Lots of new information. There'll be lots more coming as well. With me today, again, as always, is Andy Mendez, Project Monster.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm thrilled to be here, Todd. You have no idea.
I see. I can just tell you are pumped, and you should be pumped because we have the ever elusive Amy Whitlock right above you there. Not on camera, but she is here.
Nope.
Amy,
You're lucky you got me on mic.
there we go. She's here, guys. Where's your East guys? They've been looking for you for years.
I know.
I didn't tell them that I was going to be on here tonight.
Oh, I need to go ping
Really?
your chat.
I was gonna say
Nope.
we need a Speak of East
Twitch, they
representation.
have no idea.
They're like, you don't exist.
Try to be as elusive as possible.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking. If anyone has questions in chat, feel free to shoot fire them out there. We'll answer them as we go along. If you guys want to follow along with the rules, we're going to go over some of them. I'm not going to read everything, but I'm going to read some of the big changes and stuff like that for what we're doing this year compared to last year and go over stuff. And then, like I said, if you have questions, shoot them out to us. We'll be happy to answer them as we go along if they're not going to be answered later on. So obviously the biggest thing that we're going to be doing this year, number one biggest thing, is adding Overwatch. So everyone is playing in the OI right now. That's playing the Overwatch tournament today. Is going to wrap up today or tomorrow? Or is
Tomorrow. Yep.
Tomorrow?
Yep. It wraps up
Okay.
tomorrow.
So yeah, so everyone that's going to be playing tomorrow, played this week. Thanks for playing. I know Tormy appreciates it, but we will have Overwatch, and Tormy will be moderating the Overwatch teams for that. So that's really exciting. Working on getting that officially recognized by Blizzard and them. Hopefully, by the end of the year they'll recognize it. Might not be for our season, but I've talked to them. They know that we're doing it. They're excited about it. So I'm excited to add Overwatch because we are, I believe, there's only one other high school organization running Overwatch at the moment. So, and the very big one is not running Overwatch. So, I'm excited, and I know lots of schools are excited because most of them don't have the opportunities to play shooters. Amy, your team is pretty good this year, right? For Overwatch.
So far we seem to be pretty good.
Okay. Well, yeah. Did you guys have it? You guys didn't have any kind of team anything last year, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. We threw this together this year when Coach Can decided to put together the tournament for the Oswego Invitational. So it was kind of a patchwork.
Hey, I mean, you guys got a team. I didn't even get my team ready because my coach backed out like all year. So I'm hopefully he'll come through eventually.
Wow.
Yeah.
You backed out on yourself? It's crazy.
No. I can't coach Overwatch.
Yeah.
I
me
can
neither.
supervise it. I cannot coach it.
That's why I've got Big Boy Terp coach my Overwatch teams. Both of them are in the semifinals. So
Yeah,
hey,
that's
there you
awesome. Yeah, it's good to hear. So yeah, so big thing, Overwatch coming up. We also launched the registration page. So if you haven't, there is a command in chat for that. I believe it's just reg. Yep. So there's the link. Make sure that you guys have your sponsor fill out the form. Make sure they get everyone all inclusive. I'd prefer not to have students fill that out. So let your sponsor know it's live. Have them fill it out so I have their information as well. If you need help finding a sponsor, please let me know ASAP. The deadline we're trying to shoot for is January 25th. We'd like to start the end of January. We'd start, I think, the 29th and 30th for our games. That way we can get a full 8-week season in. If we don't start for some reason, then we'll cut it to 7 weeks, which is what we did last year. I'd like to add an extra week in, just the way our schedule goes. So, but yes, registration link is there. Please have your sponsor fill it out. If you are a sponsor, make sure you have all your team's numbers. You can go back and edit it later if you need to. Also, in the rules, if you didn't notice already as well, I updated the IHSA website. There's lots more information on there now. I'm still working on getting some more things like schools listed on there, as well as some other stuff. But that labor process of adding in like 8 pages to the website was work for someone who doesn't know HTML very well. I don't know if you guys ever.
Good job there.
Yeah.
Give him a clap.
Thank you.
You did very well.
Nichols, the league will be split Chicago area and the rest of the state, depending on how many teams we get in. Probably be split 50-50 just for equal representation.
Amy and I fall under the rest of the state, apparently. So
Yeah, probably. You guys are far enough. I literally do a map in whatever's
The rest of
geographically farthest from the center of Chicago.
Chicago and not Chicago.
Yeah.
That's what we get.
Yeah, Palatine fit into Chicago. They were literally like on the border from being in ours or in the farther one. I was really hoping that they were going to be with you guys last year.
Yes. So you guys can make it out of groups.
Right. Yeah. So we can make it farther, even though we got
Yeah.
beat by OPRF last year, but that's acceptable
good
since
team.
they beat Jones.
Yeah, they're a really good team.
I know, Rip Palatine, no more team.
Really? They don't have a team?
They were all seniors.
They all graduated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Mattia. Definitely felt that.
Yeah, one of them I think is playing at Robert Morris right now. So
Oh, hey. That's really good.
yeah,
That's what it's all about.
yeah. I mean that's the whole point. He ended up getting a scholarship to play there.
Yeah, Robbie Bob.
Yeah. So get the registration filled out. It will be split into 2. I do have some links up in the rules if you guys want to check those out. Those are on the site as well. But I have the links for the battle flies. Hopefully those should be it. Another thing this year is every student will have to enter the tournament themselves through Battlefy. They don't allow me to make the rosters anymore. I can make edits, but everyone will have to log on to Battlefy, make an account, and join their team. And I'll send that information out to the coaches after they register on how to do that once I make sure the brackets are set up correctly. So, which is nice. I like using Battlefly. It does use the tournament codes, which helps organize everything and keeps everything together, as well as make sure that the matches are reported perfectly and people get into groups and there's not all the hoopla about match and stats and things like that. So we are using Battlefly again this year. If you guys have anyone who's not in here, I know I see people joining just right now, some kids from other schools. If your team is not in here, make sure they are in here. We will be electing captains this year, and they will be in charge of scheduling as well as the coaches. So we'll have that whole scheduling channel separated just for the captains so they can talk, because a lot of people had issues with people that weren't the captains replying and things like that. So yeah, Battlefy, I wish they would have let me put in the rosters myself, which it took me a day to do rather than having everyone do it, because that's gonna make it a lot longer. So but yeah, make sure everyone's in here in the group or in the Discord as well, so they can stay up to date on all the other information as well as talk to colleges. Last time I counted, we had over 25 colleges on the server or recruiters on the server. So, and I know a few kids did get scholarships last year to go. Did you have any, Andy, get scholarships from last year? From Mateo?
I didn't get no. So I had one that got a scholarship but didn't want to play. It always happens to be that way. So he went on to go do med school instead, or is going into med school. But yeah, so I did get a few offers. I mean, it's really a cool opportunity to see the kids get those kind of offers, and it's good to also have those conversations too, where it's like talk through the offer, talk through the scholarships and see what it's really what they want to do. But it's really exciting. Yeah.
Amy, you had someone get a scholarship last year, right?
Yeah. Our mid laner went to Illinois College and is still playing for their team right now.
I think their season starts the big one starts within a couple weeks. I think 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it starts almost the same time that ours does, our tournament.
Yes. Sivara.
Drew knows all the mid laners. As he should.
Mouse abuse. Look at everyone's like.
Hey, whatever gets you the money, man.
Right,
Hey,
exactly.
Man, yeah.
Whatever wins you tournaments.
There you go.
I mean, as long as it's not cheating, it's fair game.
I mean, it was fair to be banned. They really thought it was going to be banned that third round, but they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Learn their lesson.
We're hoping to have at least one match streamed, kind of like we did last year. Where I have one match streamed either live, or possibly VODed with announcers. I'll try to get up as many other games as possible. I do have a 5-month-old baby at home, so this year I have a lot less time, and I'm also teaching in a new school in a new subject, so I do have a lot less time. But I'm willing to sacrifice some time for you guys, so I'm definitely going to try and get that done as much as possible. And we'll definitely be looking for some casters to help out as well, cast both Overwatch and League of Legends. So the more we have the volunteer, we possibly can get 2 or 3 casts going, some VODed games afterwards. That would be awesome, I think. Andy, you're going to cast some games with me at some point?
Of course. Well, I'm on the streamer team, aren't I?
No, yeah, what I do. Hey, I just want to make sure.
Streamer team.
Yeah, man, this is what I do. According to the IHSEA website, it's what I do.
Nice. All right, that's why I put that on there. So now you're legally binding.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say we do have what is this? Oh my gosh, do you see that? No, yeah, but we do have, I mean, like, again, a lot of opportunities for some casters, whether that be amateur casters or anybody that you might know from a college that may want to come down and do a casting during one of the week's games for any game, Overwatch or League of Legends. Just needs to get ran through us so that we can know how to prepare, and then obviously just streaming. I mean, if your game isn't streamed, of course feel free to stream it yourself as a coach or anything like that, because that's what I did last year too. So
yeah, I know a couple times we had a couple streams going on at once of games that were important, so I was flipping back between them.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
or we can just get your baby to cast, Todd, like the chat saying.
Yeah, I would make an impression of what that sounds like, but I can just go grab her from the other room and have her scream into the mic. I mean, that's
awesome.
Yeah. She literally was crying as I walked in here. Say bye, honey. I have to go stream now. See,
yeah, that's an end of the stream kind of activity, not the beginning. Of the
no, that's when it starts. I'm gonna record her screaming and have that be the starter cast. That screen, that starting soon screen. It'll just be the baby crying.
Or it should be your sub emote.
Yes.
Or every time someone subs, it plays.
It just plays.
Can students cast? Yes.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. We want to get you guys experience casting. So if you want to possibly do that later, that's the whole point of the IHSEA, is to get you guys experience, whether it be moderating or writing articles. Like, I'd love to get some articles and some interviews done if anyone's interested in writing for us. I do have an internship sign up on the rules list. I did not put it in the Moobot yet, but I can do that later if people are interested. But we were looking for article writers, casters, especially graphic designers and video people to do clips. Would be awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for as well.
Yeah.
What something else I was going to say, and it completely slipped my mind. So that's awesome. I've been kind of messing with the Overwatch spectator controls, and also I downloaded the skin spotlights thing for League, so we're gonna have some, hopefully, learning how to do the whole spectator and observer thing. So the more casters, the better. That way, we could have, let's say, 2 dedicated casters and 1 observer, just kind of like how they do it in professional games. Obviously, in professional games, they have 8 or 9 observers, but if you have 1 observer that's able to change the UI or focus on certain things, then it'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah,
so
definitely. I messed around with Overwatch one time and I quit. I was like, oh, let's record this game for you guys. And I was like, nope. I thought it was going to be a little bit here and there. It's like, now it's full 360 camera. I'm like, I'm not good enough. So definitely going to be looking for someone besides Tormy to do Overwatch, although he is doing a great job with the streams now.
Hey, he's doing all right. I'm just kidding. He's doing really good.
Hey, I can follow along the game, and I don't even play Overwatch, so I'm good.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's really doing well.
Yeah. And then those VODs will go up on Twitch, and also we will put them on the YouTube. So if you have a highlight reel or anything you want to put up there, we can also highlight you guys. Or if you're the stream, the focused game of the week, and someone's looking, hey, what can you do for the College Scouts? Be like, oh, hey, check out this video that's up there. So this is all for you guys And we're also willing to put up VODs and clips of you guys want to do your own games and your own stuff. We can set up a separate playlist that's just for you guys and put it on our channel so you can get some feedback and some link backs to your team if you want to get them scouted. So it's definitely opportunities for everyone here.
Definitely.
Yeah. So a couple different things we're looking like. So scrimmages, again, we want to set up scrim days across the state. So the biggest thing for that is to make sure that you are on Mondays after school and Sunday evenings to do scrims. So Mondays I have basically set aside anytime after 3. My school doesn't get out till 4, so we can't even start anything until like 4:30 by the time we get set up. But I'd love to do Mondays as league scrim days, and then Overwatch scrim days. I have in there Tuesdays, but that's probably going to change to Thursdays, just because we're probably going to play on Tuesdays. So this year we're also not doing the flexible schedule that we were doing last year. All league games will be played on Wednesday nights. At either 5 or 6. Those are your 2 options, Wednesday, 5 or 6. Or Overwatch is Tuesday, same thing, 5 or 6. So we're not doing flexible schedule. I know that I'll get in there later in the rules, but I want to call that out now. So Wednesday is going to be League of Legends Day, so if you have work, start requesting it off. If you have other stuff to do, you're going to have to make a choice. That way you can make sure you have subs as backup. The flexible schedule... The flexible schedule is just it just doesn't work. We had so many problems with it that it doesn't work with everyone. I know we had a couple of games that people didn't want to reschedule, even though they probably should have and could have, and teams got wins that for not playing because they didn't want to reschedule. So I don't like that attitude, and that happens a lot in the other games when they allow that flexible scheduling that we noticed. So Wednesdays is league night. Tuesdays is going to be Overwatch night. It was going to be Thursday, but we swapped that because Thursday is when Overwatch League starts later on this month, and you can't stream any competition of Overwatch while Overwatch is on stream.
You still got Thursday in the document.
Yep, so. Yeah, I got to change that. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that should be it should be changed. I'll do that. Yes, and for Lockhart, interns are definitely unpaid, considering we're unpaid at the moment.
We'd love to offer you something. We don't have anything to offer.
Hey, recommendation letter. We'll write them.
What I make.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So is that like negative couple $100 then?
I don't know. I think anything times 0 is 0.
But if you're negative, so we should charge them to be interns.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm in the hole. So if you want to pay me to keep doing this, let me know.
I agree.
No, but in all seriousness, we really appreciate any time that you guys can put forward to this, because we're all putting time forward, and we just want to make Illinois high school esports as big as it can be, so that we can all play together in a league and not have to be all scattered, or be with a league that doesn't really care about the players. So that's not a call out. It's just this is an organization that is by staff members, for staff members and students. We're not a separate company looking from the outside inside. Also not a call out.
Well, and that's the whole thing. That's why I say that anyone that's involved has to be staff at a school. I've had multiple people approach me to be interns and be this and that, and I don't give them power because I want them to be involved in a school in some way. Like if they wanted help, I want them to be dedicated to a school first and then help us out. Not just because they want to help out. I appreciate the offers, but I really like them to be associated with a school, whether it be coaching or helping out, on top of being it. It also happens with legality and background issues. It helps if they're an employee of the school, obviously, and they're cleared by their staff. So that is kind of the way I've been going, especially with a lot of stuff that's been going around with the new rules in Chicago public schools, and that's why I'm doing the way I am. So, but that's exactly why I created this, is until anyone else becomes official for Illinois. That's what we're here for. And who knows what it'll be. I don't know if you guys noticed the tweet that went out earlier in December about them putting together the assembly committee for esports from the IHSA. So hopefully maybe by next year we'll have something that's official, where they're actually going to explore it and actually look into what would be the best option for them. So it could be the IHSEA, it could be them starting their own thing, it could be going with someone else. We'll see how that goes. No matter what, we'll still be around because I love doing this, and everyone has their own reasons for having their, getting involved in high school esports, and hopefully ours is, like you said, the right reasons.
That's right.
So, the other big thing for this year that we're changing is we are doing a $50 registration fee per school flat. So to start off your school, if they want to participate in either League or Overwatch, they'll pay $50 up front. This year with that $50, you'll get a $25 credit. So basically you're giving us $50, but you get $25 out of that $50. And that will apply to one of your registration for your school. So if you just want one JV team in, you pay $50. That would be all that you pay, because that $25 credit would go for your JV team. Now, if you want Overwatch and varsity and League varsity and then JV teams on top of that, it'll be $50 plus your fees, all minus $25. So depending on how many teams, just add up your total after you pay that $50 and then subtract $25 from it, essentially, is what that is. Basically, we're just doing it as a credit. We're trying to make some stuff so we can actually pay for stuff like the website, and possibly, if there are no interns, get a graphic designer to do a little bit of work for us. Things like that, just to cover the cost that we've already put into this. And then also all the money that will go from that will help us get prizes, get good stuff for the LAN events, things like that. So we are operating as close as we can to nonprofit, where we're giving everything back to you guys in some form or fashion. It's $50 per school, and then $50 $50 per school, period, no matter how many teams or anything you get in. And then it's $50 per varsity team, so at most you can have two, one for Overwatch and one for League, and then $25 for JV. So it's a little interesting, but let me see. Reading through chat, hang on.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to. I really want to answer this question, but I'm not sure what the our team captain has been an existing school. Is there a separate league club trying to be made? I'm not sure what the question was, but we'd love to help. I want to make sure that I'm not giving you false information. I just want to hear what the actual question is. Sure, give me 1 minute to type it out. TY. There you go.
One varsity team and two JV teams would be $100 for your teams, and then $50 up front for your school. $25 of that $50 is a credit. It would be $125. Yes, you are correct, Drew.
Okay.
All the mathematicians in the.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to look at that too. I was like, wait a second. Like, yeah, no, that works out. If you need me to do the math and send you the payment, I can. We are still doing it through PayPal. It's the easiest way to do it. It looks like, yeah, everyone replying in the chat after they pull out their calculator. It's $125.
I wasn't even going to try.
Yeah, neither was I.
It ain't math.
No, I could do it. Just not today. I'm on break still.
Right.
But yeah, so that's a little different. So it's a little more money, but we're looking to be able to pay for this. Everything we've done so far have been out of pocket. Like we were saying, we lost money on this, but we do it because we love it, and so we're not trying to take money from everyone. But we were trying to make sure that we end up even at the end. So all the money that goes in for the tournament, so your $50 registration fee for each team, that will go towards either prizing or to pay for the LAN event, depending on how it goes up. It told me if I didn't send you a check, then yeah, that will count for this year. I think you asked for us to keep it, so I think we still have that. So, excuse me. If anyone has any other questions, let us know, definitely. I think that's the biggest change. We're hoping to have all of the rosters and everything in, all the money collected, hopefully by the 25th. If you need a little bit extension for the money, you'll have until possibly that next week, depending on how our teams stack up. But we're looking for everything to be due to 25th rosters, as well as the collection for the money. Oh, here we go. Clarification.
One of our students previously created a LOL club.
Oh, they're talking about on League, I think.
Oh, got it. In LOL, player has requested ownerships of the controls. Sure if this will work out or not. Oh, I see. So someone else owns that tag, and you've messaged. Oh no, it was a previous student.
Yeah, so a student has control of that club on League, which is what it is in my case, and they're not willing to give that tag up to you, is what you're saying?
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any way that you can go around that except for asking the student, because I mean, I doubt that Riot Support would be able to do anything, but the only way is to reach out to that student. I mean, if especially if it's a current student, I feel like you would have the authority, and if you need to go through administration, that works out too, because you guys are an official club, right? So you don't want somebody representing your official club as something unofficial. So if they're a current student, I would go through administration. If they're not a current student, then the only way you could really contact them is through directly to them. So
Right now, we have the same situation. One of my seniors has control of the tag. He made the tag when he was a freshman, and I am just letting him control that for now. But he said upon graduation he would give me control of the club. You can negotiate as well.
Yeah, I think if anything, you just make a new one and put a different, change a letter, put a space in there or something, underscore, just to make it a little bit different. For that reason, if that's what you have to do just to be official, I mean, you'll have to change it up, obviously, and then you'll just move. But luckily I have control of the Taft one, so I don't have to worry about that. But I don't have control of the other one that I have, the Steinmetz one, because they don't let you be owner of one. So
yeah,
it's going to be an issue at some point. But if you didn't set it up, then it's hard to say, oh, it's someone that you trust that's going to give it up, and that's kind of what you have to wait for. Right. I think there's no way to get it back because the legality of it, there's nothing standing because they created it first.
Do you have to have your school tag next to your name when playing a competitive match? No, right?
Yeah, you don't have to. It's highly suggested, so if it's a VOD or something, they know what school you're from, but you don't have to have it.
You look cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, when all your team has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew, the LAN is already in there. April 27th is the date. More information will be coming, I believe, on the 7th about anything else. The teams, as of right now, it's the same as it was last year, 4-4. I'd love to take 8 varsity teams and then bring 2 just the JV finals like was planned last year. But we have to be able to figure out the time situation on their building. So we're trying to make sure that they can stay open later so we can do one more round because we run out of time. We have to be out there at 5 o'clock. And I think right now it's perfect with the 2 rounds. If we were at a 3rd round, we'd have to at least get another 2 hours just in case. So I'd love to do 8 varsity teams and 2 JV teams, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not this year. Hopefully they'll get back to me by the end of the week. Any other questions?
Yeah, looks like Terp had a question. Overwatch rules, I know they are yet to be finalized. Any chance those will be available soon prior to the January 25th deadline?
You can at Tormy in the chat for those. Yeah, whenever he's waiting until he's got done with the OI to see if there's anything he needed to tweak. So
yeah, same guy with the Oswego Invitational Terp. I guess is going to be making the rules for.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get those to me soon. He'll be able to shoot me those, and I'll just copy and paste them in there and let everyone know when they're up. So yeah, the whole idea was just to wait and make sure he didn't need to tweak anything after this tournament went on this weekend. So
King Boo asked a question: do you have to submit finalized rosters when you register for the tournament?
Not for when you register. The rosters will be due on the 25th. I believe at the latest you can do them is the day before the tournament starts on Battlefly, and then the rosters are locked. So they're locked for the whole season. And we can get into a little bit of that now. With the rosters, just like last year, they're locked, so no name changes. So if you want to get a name change in, now is the time to do that. As well as if you have an inappropriate name, we had someone.
Oh yes.
Last year who had an inappropriate name and we didn't call it out, but this year we are. So if you do have an inappropriate name, whether it's memeing or other, if it is an inappropriate, you will be ineligible to play. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just not good business when, people are trying to cast your game and your name is inappropriate, or when colleges are looking at it. Or like when we have administrators, we've had plenty of administrators watch some of our streams and some of our stuff. So
there you go.
So make sure it is appropriate. Otherwise, most of the tournament stuff during the week-to-week stuff is going to be the same. 7 to 8 week season. Hopefully we'll get that 8th weekend. Like I said, if for some reason we have to delay, our teams aren't ready by the end, we'll cut a game out at the end. We will do 2 weeks of break. So the week of March 27th and April 17th, there will be no games played those weeks, which should be the suburban, or at least the Chicago area suburban spring break, as well as the CPS spring break. So luckily those work.
March 27th to April 17th?
No, March 27th and April 17th. They'll come back and play games for, I think, a week or two.
Okay.
So this year it didn't line up where both of them had off at the same time, unfortunately. So there'll be 2 weeks where we're off in the season, and the whole calendar will be posted once it's all finalized on how many games we're playing per week. So, no, GG and please is not acceptable. GG is. And again, the LAN tournament is required. So if you make the playoffs, I will do a check to make sure that you are eligible to play in the LAN event in case you make it. We had an issue with JV last year where the team won the first round, they won the second round, and then they couldn't go to the LAN finals, and then we barely scraped up a team to come and for the LAN event for that. And it's just wrong to have to readdress a bracket at that point. We want everyone to know that they have to be there on the 27th for League if they make it that far.
Is the LAN tournament League of Legends only, or is it Overwatch as well?
At this time, it's just League of Legends. I still have to talk to Robert Morris and find out if they're available for Overwatch. If anything, it might be the week after that. We might have to do a different location, but I still have to confirm schedules with Tormy, make sure he's available and my availability as well, because I do have some stuff coming up in the beginning of May for that. So
I have some venue stuff we can talk about after this too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's keep reading through the chat. Oh my gosh, so much going on. We are unsure how many champions each of our members own. In the rules, players must own tournament eligible. Is this for both varsity and JV levels?
Initially, yes. If you are not able to, basically, if they can enter draft mode, then they're okay. That's what they have to do. It's highly suggested that if they don't own enough champions, to just go and buy the cheapest champions right off the bat, and then work at getting the rest of them, just so they have the base in the pool to play. Battlefly does require you to just play tournament draft, so I prefer that we don't have to not use Battlefly code, because then it doesn't keep stats and it's harder to keep track of tournaments when it's not automatically put in and you're just dealing with discrepancies. So yeah. King Boo, no, they don't have to be 7-8. I think it's usually top 8 teams make it to the playoffs, so it takes 16 total, so 8 from each side. Last year we had one team not make it to the initial round of the playoffs, I think. So
does he mean to the LAN or to just playoffs in general?
Yeah, it says playoffs. So playoffs.
Yeah.
In general, yeah, I take the top 8 from each side. So last year we had most of the teams make it. or at least I think it was like we had 12, I think, or 10. So a couple teams did not make it to the playoff first round. The LAN event, it'll be 8 teams, but all teams are invited to come to the LAN whether or not. We will have coaches from other colleges as well as other high schools and everything there to scout. So they will be there will be a coach's room and scouting and all that stuff too. So if you are looking to possibly play in college and want to start talking to schools and finding out what they have, it's a good idea to bring your team whether you make it or not. Last year we had about 100 people show up at the LAN event, which was awesome. Was not expecting that many people. So.
Is it still 2-game matches? 2 wins equal a 1 win, 1-1 equals a tie, 2 losses a loss?
Yep, exactly the same thing. 1-1 is we're still doing that. Yeah, the 2-game series. Just because 3 games it gets too long, and I just feel if you do go to the 3rd game and you're, everyone's kind of drained by it. I think the season to keep it quick moving, keep it on schedule. It's 2 games, so you can expect 2.5 hours or so every game day to finish. LOL, I'm Soul. You asked the question earlier. Average rank for varsity team, it all depends. Last year we had a varsity team that was filled of mostly silvers, and then we had another team that had 2 masters and a challenger. It all kind of depends on what's at the school at that time. It kind of is all over the place. I think this year, OPRF is probably the highest ranked overall. But they still, I think, have 1 gold on their team. So it's still, not everyone is master challenger. We're not like the West Coast high schools that have like all full masters team. And the league is ran by us. The state doesn't provide anything for us. It's all just us, me, Amy, and Andy, and Ed Tormy helped out in the beginning with getting stuff organized. But it's all just ran by us.
Grandmaster. Grandmaster's a league rank now? When did that happen?
Yeah, they changed it for preseason.
Oh, what is that? It's the equivalent of what?
Right after Master, right before Challenger, right? That's what it is.
Oh, is this when like lead went in?
Wait, what?
Is this when like all of the you could be like
the iron
rank?
tier? Yes, iron.
Lead rank.
No, it's iron.
Glass.
It's wood 5. Thank you very much.
Dirt. Grass tier. West Coast doesn't really have too much. We played a Cali League last year. It was mostly plats. They're pretty good. Both the West and the East Coast both have really good teams. Like BSHS or whatever, they won that Microsoft like tournament and got like laptops. That was cool.
Yeah. Oh, Jones might be the highest ranked if they're in. I never know if they're playing or not until the last minute.
Yeah,
so
they're kind of hit or miss.
Yeah. Yeah, like last year they got in at the last minute, and so we'll see if they'll be in this year. Hopefully, but yeah, I think they have 1 challenger. Well, I think he's masters now. He might be grandmaster, and then a couple more diamonds and masters. So they're probably close with OPRF, if not far behind. Make sure for the 27th for the LAN event that you must have someone from your school representing, whether it be I think last year did have a parent do it, but he had written permission from the principal to bring the team. That is kind of necessary, so let your sponsor know that April 27th, if you're planning on being in the finals or in the top 8 even, you will need to bring your sponsor to the event for it. So make sure that you guys let them know that someone has to be there. So start planning now to make sure that they can make it. I think that covers most of what I want to talk about. The rest of it are kind of just the roster rules and things like that. Like I said, everyone's going to have to do Battlefied this year, so make sure that they enter it. I will send the links to the coaches. I'll give them detailed instructions, but the coaches will make the teams, and then they'll get a link to send to everyone else to join the tournament. So it's not going to be a whole wide thing of where everyone can just join themselves and join whatever team. The coach will send out the link for them to join the team. So let me just make sure there's nothing else that I wanted to talk about. We are going to do LCS order this year, so we are changing it. So LCS order for picks and bans. You may use Pro Draft if you want. So if a team doesn't want to do that and one team elects, say, hey, let's use Pro Draft, the other team has to oblige and use Pro Draft for the draft phase. But please make sure you pick the same champions and same bans so that we have it on the record of who was banned and who was played for the stats on the page. But yeah, so if one team does want to use Pro Draft, they may use Pro Draft. I know like my team doesn't really need to use Pro Draft, so they wouldn't ever, where another team might. So I think it's a good thing. I wish League would just unlock it for tournament games, but they do not.
Are we asking for like a screenshot of the Pro Draft so that it matches up with the actual draft, or are we doing that?
No, I think they should be fine. I mean, as long as the other team agrees and the other team says that that's what was picked in draft, I think that should be okay. Yes, Nichols, you have to use Pro Draft if the other team wants to. Just to make sure we have fairness. That way, it's no.
Yikes! No more sandberging. That's awesome.
Easy.
Come on.
Well, they'll have tournament draft for the join code for Battlefy. So it should automatically put them in the same lobby with that tournament code, and as long as everyone sets up their team and everyone joins, then they'll all have tournament codes, and they will not have to be given out. Same thing as well as replays. So in order to verify things, yes, we'll have it on Battlefy. I will put out a video on how to download replays. The captain will be responsible for emailing replays to us so that we can then review them. We did have an instance last year where we had to watch a VOD for some inappropriate play. We do still hold those flaming high regard things, so no flashing masteries too often, no excessive emotes. Obviously, if you do a great outplay, you're allowed to do it. Otherwise, you have to basically unbind it if that's what you need to do to make sure that you don't do that.
How about Overwatch taunting? Does anybody know anything about that?
I do not.
Cool. It's just, I mean, I don't know what the rule is going to end up being, but I mean, it's the same thing. Excessive taunting. I mean, I would assume. I don't really know a whole much about Overwatch, but
yeah, I don't know what Overwatch.
I think everybody knows what good sportsmanship is. I think the fact that we have to explain it this in depth is a little discouraging. You know when you're being sportsmanlike and when you're not, and I think that's what we need to hold people to.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to have issues where we're watching every game and banning people because of that. So you are representative of your school, so make sure that you act like it. Paul's rules are the same, 10 minutes per side, per game. In case someone is having bad connections. After 10 minutes, that's it. You must play or continue. We suggest that everyone make sure you're on time online at least 10-15 minutes beforehand. Make sure that you guys are ready. Like I said, it's going to be Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 5 or 6. Tuesdays is Overwatch. Wednesdays is League. Make sure you're online at those times to make sure. If you cannot be online, you can have a sub. Rosters are the same. For varsity, you can have 10 people. The subs may play on JV, but obviously since everything is on one day, they can't play for JV the same day they play for varsity. So I think that kind of eliminates that issue where people were having varsity and they were playing both varsity and JV. So if you play in varsity, you can't play JV because your game is on the same day at the same time. So, besides that, a couple other things. Just want to wrap up. Very important that you guys make sure you follow us. Follow the stream here. Subscribe to our YouTube. Follow the Twitter. That's where most of our information is going to come from, is through Twitter, as well as through the Discord. So Twitter, Discord, Twitch. Make sure you follow, subscribe to all those. It appreciates the help that we so that we can get all the information out on there. Just reading chat. Okay. as well as if you haven't already, contact your athletic director at your school, your activities director, and have them put on the list for esports emerging activities so that you can be involved in this endeavor officially on the IHSA website. Because once we have more teams on there, I believe I have 60 schools, or close to 60 schools that signed up just this year alone. So since we did the new sheet, just 60 schools that have re-signed up this year, and I still have another 30 that signed up last year that haven't signed up this year. And a bunch of them I know are playing and have teams. So if you haven't done that, do that as well on there, on the interest form sheet. And
there
then
are several schools not on the list that played in the Oswego Invitational. So if you could really get to your athletic director, Oak Park River Forest isn't on here.
We're not on there. I've already had that conversation, but it looks like I need to send a reminder.
Yeah.
For neighborhood.
I don't have, none of your schools are on here.
No, Matias Valley is up top.
Oh, I see. Aurora.
Come on, number one.
Aurora.
Number one.
Yeah, no. Just on the board. They're really picky about that.
Yeah, but we want everyone to be on that list because once they officially start looking at it in the spring, we want to be like, hey, look, we have, these 60 schools participating in our tournament alone. We want to make sure that, they all have, they're all officially on there as the list. So, and then if anyone needs jerseys still, I do have a contact for jerseys. They did tax jerseys. We'll probably be getting jerseys through them as well. We have a contract with them, agreement with them. So it will help IHSEA if you buy jerseys from them. If not, if you want to go somewhere else, we're not particular. You don't even have to have jerseys if you want for the finals, the LAN event. It does look pretty nice when you're there in jerseys taking pictures because there'll be lots of pictures taken by us, by Robert Morris, and by your team and your family and whatnot. Let me know if you guys are still looking at jersey contacts. I have them as well. There will be also some more information coming out, like I said, on the 7th about the LAN event on the 27th for League of Legends. As soon as I know anything about Overwatch, I will let you guys know when it is. As soon as I know anything, we're hoping to at least, if anything, do finals at the least. If that's all we can do, it's just the finals, then we will. But I'm hoping to get at least 4 to 8 teams again for that. So, otherwise, thank you guys for being here. I mean, it's been awesome. Happy to see everyone talking in chat and being all excited and getting ready for this year. A little bit quicker turnaround than we normally have for this, but I'm pretty confident that we can get this all done on time. I do not think we'll have an issue at all.
I was going to say, I became Aurelia. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was nice. Put her back.
That was nice. Wait a second. Hold on.
That was my desktop.
Hey.
That's who I want for my my icon.
Your phone? No, next time it'll be a camera.
Nope.
Next time it's
No, sir.
These guys, someone's got to put a webcam in there and send me the link.
Next time it's Urgot.
Urgot?
Urgot.
Crabgot or just regular Urgot?
Oh yeah, Crabgot.
No, the Crabgot new skin looks too good. You gotta go with the OG Urgot now.
Go with the OG with the original?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like it. Yeah, no problem, guys. Thanks for... Well, I'm going to hang out for a little while, so if anyone else has any questions, feel free to shout them out in chat. I did just realize that... Wow. Why is that not there?
The chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was limited the whole time. One last question. Are OHSO streams matches available to watch? That is a Tormy question. From the tournament.
I think next year it's going to be all you, Ed. Because whenever it says Oswego, well, it's all you anyways, so that's cool.
I say Ed should
just run that yourself.
Ed should just do the IHSEA. I think
No, he should just make it the Oswego High School Invitational, because seriously, he's the one who runs all of it.
The Oswego High School eSports Association.
Will the stream be a VOD later to watch? I missed half of it.
Yeah, it'll be up. I'll probably put it up right after this. It should be recording. Yes, it is.
We got.
I did get that set up.
It is recording. All right.
It is recording on my computer, so I can upload it right away to YouTube. So it should be up tonight. Yeah. And now I figured out that I got the chat working. It's like, oops, 45 minutes later. But we're good. Yeah, it should say VODs on Twitch as well, so you can watch it on Twitch or watch it on YouTube. Your mom says hi. She's...
Hi, Mom. What does that mean?
All right, I think I'm going to have to peace out of here, guys. I've got like 7 12-year-olds in my basement.
That sounds like fun.
No, that's scary.
And I got to go down there and make sure my house is still standing, so... It's been great.
They've taken pickaxes to the foundation to try and...
I don't even know. They're 12. They do the weirdest things.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you for hanging out. I'm still going to stay for a little bit in case there's any last-minute questions.
Thanks for letting me just be on the mic because, I don't do cameras.
Hey, that's fine. You're here. I have a recording of you now.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Have a good night. Enjoy that slumber party.
Later, guys.
All right. See, out of context, what Amy said would be really bad. I've just got like 8 12-year-olds in my basement I've got to attend to, so it's like, okay, well.
Whoops. Can someone clip that?
Yeah, someone get that clip, please. That sounded really bad out of context. See? Yeah, I just said that.
She must have been listening still.
Mendez shouldn't do camera either, but here we are. Yeah,
wow, Terp.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hey, Terp fired. Sorry.
Banned? How long?
Permanently.
Permanent?
Yeah, permanent.
Yeah, no, I'm just super excited for this season and just being able to get this party rolling. People have been asking me for months now, like, oh, what's the information? And I had some of it, but it's nice. It's nice to finally get it out there and have you guys start registering. I think we already had a team register. I was like, oh, right, I just put it up. Who registered?
While you're looking for that, I just want to make a comment that Ed Can has the most points on Zyra, most champion points on Zyra, and I hope I never run into you in solo queue because I hate that champion so much.
Oh, Normal already filled out theirs, so Normal's already signed up for the tournament.
So. Nice.
Yeah, well, sounds good. It looks like chat has kind of died down. Again, thanks, guys. I'm hoping to be doing this at least one more, probably in 2 weeks, if not next week, depending on how it goes and how everything goes. But I want to start doing this podcast a little more, and I'd love to have make this into a student-run podcast as well, where there's some commentary, not just about what's going on that week, but in general. So...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to be able to have you guys turn this into your own space to explore with streaming and with interviewing and media type. So I'm hoping to have some interns sign up. Be awesome to have some help and that you guys would be able to...
Don't forget about the interns. Do not forget about the interns.
Yes, because right now it's literally just... It's us 3. And it's mostly Andy on anything that involves a picture and mostly me on anything that's written. So, yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea, is to possibly do like a little weekly update the day before a game, game days, and just be like, oh, this is what the match to watch, this is what we're streaming, this is how the brackets are lining up, kind of deal. So it'd be really cool to do something on Monday like that. So,
yeah, definitely. All right.
Cool deal. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. I will post in the Discord, post on Twitter when we're doing stuff next, but sign up, get everyone registered. Information will be coming out to schools that do register about their teams and getting them set up as soon as everything is official. Otherwise, peace out. Have a good night. Excited to see you guys later on this year.
All right. See you guys.